Hello, welcome to the Missing Piece Yoga. My name is Megan, and I'm so glad you could join me here in my home in Costa Rica. Today's practice is about an hour long, and we're focusing today on core, so really stoking that internal fire. This is great to practice if you're feeling a little bit lethargic. I know a lot of us right now are quarantined at home, so maybe you have a little extra energy to burn, wanting to shake off some of that stagnant old baggage. So this is a great practice to get you moving, to help you feel strong and powerful in your body. Of course, it's always a balance of listening to what our body needs, so please don't feel that you have to overdo anything. Take breaks and modify as much as you need to. We will use a block in practice today for a little bit of resistance, placing it mostly between our thighs. So you could use a thick book as well, or if you have a firm pillow, that would also do the trick. In today's practice, we're going to start with a seated meditation. So I, again, like to use my block. I prefer to be cross-legged, sitting on the edge of the block, but you may choose to kneel instead. We want the pelvis tipping a little bit forward so that instead of rounding and collapsing in our lower back, we can find vertical energy, so sitting up really tall. Of course, if you're finding that sitting today is just not working for you, then you could always take your meditation lying on your back. That's okay as well. But really taking a few minutes to arrive together on our mat before we jump into the physical practice. So take a moment and find your seat, and we'll meet together to start practice today in a seated meditation. So as you've settled into your seat, just allow your eyes to gently close, or perhaps drop your gaze to the floor out in front of you if that feels more comfortable. Begin to energetically lift tall through your spine so that you feel this vertical energy. At the same time, gently relax down through your shoulders and soften the muscles of your face. Notice the sensations that you feel around your abdomen. So is the belly really gripping and hard? And if it is, can you allow that space to relax? And now begin to pay attention to the flow of your breath. You don't need to change or manipulate it, just let it flow naturally. And as you begin to listen, there's a conversation that starts with your physical body. So here, maybe you notice the rhythm of your breath. And where in your body can you feel your breath moving? And for a lot of us, even just paying attention to the breath will cause it to slow down. And a slower breath tends to be more calming, so just allow that to happen. Now imagine that you're sitting with me in the jungle and feel the spaciousness that is the space around your body. Lines of energy extending up towards the sun, like the branches of a tree. And then allow your awareness to move to the bones of your seat. And like roots of a tree, there's a digging down, a grounding. So you feel really stable in this position. And like all of the trees, we are so deeply connected to the world around us. Just feel that sense of being one with nature. Nothing you have to do, just listen. Pay attention. Through your nostrils, take a really deep, deep breath in. Fill your lungs up. And with an open mouth, let that breath go. And come back to your natural breath and allow your eyes to very softly flutter open. And then allow the weight of your chin to drop forward towards your chest, and we'll ease some movement into our neck. Shoulders still heavy. Roll your right ear to your right shoulder. And you can stay sort of squared off to the side here, or you may choose to play a little bit with the angle of your chin, turning it down towards your shoulder more, or perhaps up towards the sky, and just look for any sticky spots through the side of your neck. Roll your chin back to your chest, and then roll your head to the other side, left ear to left shoulder. Again, option to stay sort of square here or explore a little bit with the angle of your chin, searching for any resistance on the second side. And then once again, spin your chin down to your chest, and you can lift your head up tall. From here, pull the center of your chest forward for some circles in the ribs. Move the ribs to the right, and then to the back as you round, over to the left and to the front. And continue to circle towards the right side. Maybe hands are on the knees, giving you something to hold on to as you roll your spine in big circles. Just let the head move in a way that feels natural. Good. Switch directions. We go left with the ribs and then round back. Right with the ribs and then pull forward. And do that again, circling to the left with the ribs. Good. One more time. Big circle. Feeling any stickiness through the ribs or the spine. Come to center. And we'll shift off of our props. You can move your space to clear. And bring your block with you as you come down onto your back. And so let's come to lie down with our knees bent. Separate your feet and let your knees fall together. Maybe one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart. Take a moment here to let your whole body relax into the floor. Bringing awareness once again to the flow of your breath, calmly in and out through your nose. Now extend your hands up towards the sky and circle your wrists in fists. And take a few circles in both directions. Good, and now spread your fingers wide like you're giving a big high five, and then squeeze your hands into fists. And continue to do this back and forth. See if you can alternate with the thumbs going in the fists and thumbs going out of the fists. So back and forth. Helping to strengthen and open our wrists. Now go a little bit faster. Good. Continue to breathe into your belly. A little bit faster. Fists, hands, back and forth. Good. And now open your arms to a wide T. Pull knees to your chest and then let them fall to the right for a gentle twist. Of course, you can slip your block between your knees or under the knees if this feels too deep for the start of practice. And feel your breath begin to move into the space of your lower back. Shoulders melting into the earth. And as you exhale, bring your knees back to center and take your twist to the other side. Keeping in mind right and left might be a little bit different, so you can always add the block on one side and not the other. Listen to your body. Remember, our goal is always to leave our yoga mat feeling better, not injured or exhausted, so don't over push. Take one more deep breath right into your low back. And with the next exhalation, gently bring your knees back to center. And so from here, we're going to just circle the knees a few times. Go in both ways. Yes. Perfect. Now position your knees right over top of your hips. So shins are parallel to the floor. You're going to flex your feet, spread your toes, and place hands on your thighs. Now begin to actively press your hands against your legs and resist by pressing your legs against your hands. As you create this resistance between hands and legs, press the space of your lower back down into your yoga mat. You're in full control of how challenging you make this, so if you're not feeling any difficulty here, press a little bit stronger. Hands into legs, legs into hands, and low back into the mat. Nice big breaths. Press, press, press. See if you can. Good, and then take the feet down onto the floor. And let's grab our yoga block and place it its narrow direction between the inner thighs. Walk your feet a little bit closer to your seat and squeeze your block with your legs. Push your palms down into the mat beside your hips, and as you inhale, lift your hips up towards the sky. Coming into a gentle bridge pose. So your legs are squeezing that block. Your hands and your feet pushing the earth away. And start to feel those big belly breaths as you hold this position. Inner thigh muscles are connected to the deep layers of our core. So not only are we moving our spine in this position, we're also turning on those deep layers of the core. Take a full breath in. And exhale, lower your hips to the mat. Go ahead and set your block off to the side once again. And stack knees above the hips just like we did before. 90 degrees at knees and hips. Shins parallel to the earth. Wake up your feet and now begin to press hands into legs and legs into hands. As you create this resistance in your own body, can you take the tension out of your shoulders? Can you take the tension out of your jaw so as much as possible your upper body relaxes? Good. Make this a little more challenging. Really press your hands into your thighs and don't let your thighs move. Resist. Push your legs into your hands. And as you breathe here, feel that your lower back is still connected to the mat. Strong in your core, stoking that fire. Good. Really pushing, pushing, pushing. Spread your toes. Deep breath in. And exhale, release your feet to the floor. Grab that block once again, reposition it between your inner thighs, its narrow direction. Walk your heels a little bit closer to your bum. And inhale, lift your hips up for bridge. This time, option to tuck the shoulders under, and you may choose to interlace your fingers, getting a little more space through the front of our chest. Big belly breaths as you hold bridge pose. Push the earth away from your body. Use your foundation to feel strong. If your hands are interlaced, let's switch the cross of the fingers the other direction to keep the shoulders fairly even for our last few breaths. Yeah. Good. Still squeezing into that block. Even here, can you spread your toes? Yes. Take another full breath in. And exhale, gently release. Once again, set your block off to the side. Pull your knees into your chest and use the hands to separate the legs. Maybe giving the knees a little rock to help you relax your belly and relax your inner thighs. Just feeling the effects of your hard work. Now close your legs and bring your hands to your hamstrings. Take a few rock and rolls up towards a seat, or tip to one side if you prefer and come on up. Let's meet in a tabletop position, finding hands and knees. You're going to position your hands under your shoulders. They may be slightly wider, fingers might turn open a little bit. Just notice what feels like the right alignment for you. And let's begin to flow through cat-cow. So as you inhale, look up and lift your tailbone. Exhale, round into cat. Bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, cow, opening up. And exhale, cat, curl in. One more like that. Inhale, cow. This time, tuck your toes under. Exhale, cat, and this time, hover your knees off the mat an inch or two. Just like that, inhale, cow, lower the knees. Exhale, cat, hovering the knees. Inhale, land for cow, look up. Exhale, hovering cat, push the floor away as your knees hover. Take another full breath. Let's pause here. And then downward facing dog. And maybe you want to pedal your feet a few times. Sort of working through those initial kinks and cracks in our toes, our legs. Taking notice of how your body feels in down dog for the first time today. Now, please keep in mind that down dog can always have bent knees. For most of us, our heels probably won't touch the floor. Lift your hips as high as you can and use the strength of your arms to push the top of your mat away, just letting the head hang. Feel your breath generous and expansive. And now tiptoe your feet up to the top of your mat and come into ragdoll. So bending your knees as much as you need to hang your upper body. I like to catch elbows and take a little sway. Maybe that feels good for you as well. You can drop your arms, give your head a shake yes and no. And then with bent knees, let's slowly roll ourselves all the way up to standing. Stacking the bones of the spine so your head is the very last thing to arrive. Roll your shoulders down your back, step your big toes close together, coming into Tadasana, mountain posture. So feel that vertical energy in your spine, just like meditation. The floor below your feet, stable and strong. As you inhale, sweep arms over your head, and now exhale, dive all the way down, maybe bending the knees again. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold, drop your head. Inhale, reach up to the sky again. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, reaching up. Maybe you look up. Exhale, dive to the bottom. Halfway lift, inhale. And then let that go. Exhale. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Again, inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, dive all the way down. Inhale, take a halfway lift. And as you exhale, land your hands, step right foot back, and then left foot back for plank. Lower your knees with hips forward. Inhale, point your feet. Exhale, slowly lower to your belly and bring elbows into the ribs. Don't collapse in your shoulders. Landing here, inhale, baby cobra, lift chest and hands. Exhale, down. Baby cobra, inhale, push your feet into the mat. Exhale, down. One more time, inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, down. Keep hugging elbows to ribs. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. As you breathe in, take the right leg to the sky. And exhale, bring knee to nose like you're in plank. Inhale, go all the way back, leg high. Exhale, bring knee to the right arm. Inhale, go all the way back again. Exhale, twist, take knee to left arm. Inhale, foot to the sky, big reach. Exhale to step right foot through. Maybe right hand gives you a little adjustment. One breath in, arms sweep back, runner's lunge. Exhale, lower your hands, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. The other side, inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive down, maybe bending your knees. Lift up halfway, breathe in. Exhale, land your hands, left foot back, right foot back for plank. Lower the knees, hips forward. Take a breath in, point your toes. Exhale, lower slowly. Belly and hips land together before the chest. Inhale, baby cobra. Hover your hands. Exhale, down. And keep the back of your neck long. Baby cobra, inhale. Exhale, down. One more time, inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, down. Elbows to ribs, press to tabletop. Breathe in. And downward dog to breathe out. Inhale, take your left leg to the sky. And exhale, bring knee to nose like you're in plank, shoulders over wrists. Go all the way back, big breath in. And this time, knee to left arm, exhale. Inhale all the way back. And exhale, twist, knee to right arm. Inhale, foot to the sky, big reach. Exhale to step left foot through, maybe using left hand. Take a breath in, runner's lunge, sweep your arms back. Exhale, lower your hands to the floor. Top of the mat, halfway lift, inhale. And let it go, drop your head. Sweep arms to the sky, inhale. Hands at heart center, exhale. Inhale again, reach up towards the sky. And exhale, dive all the way to the bottom. As you did before, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back with right foot and then left foot. Option to lower your knees this time or keep them lifted. Take a full breath in. And exhale, lower slowly all the way to your belly. Now point your feet and come up onto your elbows for Sphinx posture. If you're feeling any discomfort in your low back, you're going to squeeze the muscles of your bum just a touch. We're going to take similar movements here to cat-cow to continue to build our core. So with an inhale, feel your collarbones get wide and pull your heart forward. Now as you exhale, chin to chest, round your back, lift your hips off the mat and push the ground away. Like cow, inhale, send the heart forward, maybe look up. Exhale, almost like cat, round your back, lift your hips and push the back of your heart to the sky. Inhale, looking forward like cow, hips down. Exhale, round your back, chin to chest, push the floor away. Stay right here, take another big breath in. And exhale, Sphinx, relax your abdominal wall, belly soft. Let's lower all the way back down and set hands under the shoulders. Inhale, press back to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, just like we did before. Inhale, send your leg all the way back. And exhale, bring knee to the right arm. Inhale, foot to the sky. Now take knee to left arm, little twist and pause. Shoot your foot out to the side. Drop your back heel and reach your left hand up to the sky. Option here to put right knee on the mat if you want more support. Otherwise, right foot and left foot are both out pushing. Send your hips as high as you can. Now look down, plant your hands, bring right knee to the heart. Inhale, right foot all the way back up. Exhale to step right foot forward. Inhale, runner's lunge, bring arms back alongside. Back thigh pushes to the ceiling, straight and strong. Exhale, set your hands down, and inhale, pick up your back leg. Maybe your hands are on your block. Inhale, pull your heart forward, get longer here. Exhale, left knee to nose, round your back. Inhale, everything long. Exhale, knee to nose, round. Inhale to stretch. Exhale, knee to nose. Last time, lengthen everything. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, take ragdoll. Relax your neck. Maybe a little sway if that feels good. Release the arms, walk your feet side by side, halfway lift, breathe in, and let it go. Inhale, arms to the sky, reach up tall. Exhale, hands to heart for the other side. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, dive to the bottom. Lift up halfway, breathe in. Exhale, left foot steps back, right foot steps back. Option to land the knees. Take a big inhale breath. Exhale, lower slowly to your belly, elbows into the ribs. Finding Sphinx posture, prop up on your elbows. Relax your legs for a moment. And then coming back into that cat-cow wave, take an inhale, collarbones wide. Exhale, chin to chest, round your back like cat. Option this time to add the tuck of your toes and a lift to the knees, coming into elbow plank. Inhale, lower the knees and the hips, send your heart forward like cow. Exhale, almost like cat, chin to chest, round your back, maybe tucking the toes to lift the knees. Inhale, cow brings you back down, heart forward. And exhale, cat, round your back. Lift the hips off the floor, maybe the knees. Push the back of your heart to the sky. Stay for another breath in. And exhale to Sphinx. Relax your belly. Good. Lower all the way down, hands under shoulders. Tabletop, breathe in. And downward dog, breathe out. Hands pushing the top of your mat away, strong shoulders. And on inhale, take your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring knee to nose, come through to plank. Inhale, go all the way back. Exhale, knee to your left arm. Inhale, go back again. Now twisting, take knee to right arm and pause here. Shoot your foot out to the side and drop your back heel. Right arm reaches to the sky. Maybe you choose to set your left knee down on the mat for extra support. With either shape, lift your hips towards the sky, push the ground away from you. Good. Looking down, place both hands on the mat, left knee to chest. Inhale, foot to the sky, go back. Exhale, step the left foot through. Runner's lunge, bring your arms back by your sides and gently square your hips. Take a full breath in. Exhale, lower your hands and inhale, pick up your back leg, maybe hands to your block. Breath in to get long, breath out, knee to nose. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, knee to nose, round your back. Inhale, stretch long again. Exhale, knee to the nose. Last time, everything long. Inhale and forward fold. Take ragdoll here. Maybe catch your elbows, little sway. Let it go. As you release your arms, bring your feet back together. Now let's separate them this time and we'll set ourselves up for malasana or low yoga squat. So if you're comfortable, you can take your feet to the edges of your mat, open the toes slightly, and then drop your hips down. But a good option here is to add the block under our bum for support. This allows the hips and the legs to relax a little more. Remember, your block has 3 different levels, so use the side of your block that works for you, or even stack 2 blocks. Now you can bring hands together at heart center if that feels comfortable, or you can keep hands on the mat. Feel here that your thumbs are pulling towards the chest if they're at heart center, but your chest is also lifting up towards your thumbs. Get wide across your chest, hug your shoulder blades in. And see if you can feel a little lift through the inner arches of your feet. You can also turn the backs of your hands together to give the wrists a little stretch, turning the fingertips towards the floor. Just whatever feels right for you and your body in this moment. And on exhale, forward fold. Give your head a little shake, relax your shoulders. Halfway lift, take an inhale and release. Sweep arms to the sky, big breath in. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead again, but this time exhale, sit your hips back into chair pose, Utkatasana. Heavy in the heels, light on the toes. We'll join hands at heart center, take a full breath in. And as you exhale, twist to the right side, just hover the left elbow above the right leg. Inhale back to center, and exhale, twist the other way, elbow hovers. Center, breathe in, twist right. Inhale, center, and then twist to the left. Now come back to center as you breathe in, and see if you can sit a little deeper. You're going to start to shift the weight onto your toes, lifting the heels as much as you can. And now allow the hips to drop as you lift your chest more proud. Coming into a toe stand, see if you can take your hips off of your heels and maybe you reach your arms forward. I like to squeeze the inner line of my legs together to find a strong center. And then send your hands back and sit on your bum. Roll all the way down to the floor, hug your knees to your chest, and take a little rock side to side. Now let's extend the right leg to the sky and the left leg forward at a hover. So legs make the shape of an L. And the height of the legs will stay the same. Push your palms into the floor or tuck your thumbs under your bum. Now as you inhale, separate your legs wider apart, same height. As you exhale, cross your legs and really squeeze your inner thighs. Inhale to open the legs. Exhale, cross and squeeze. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, cross and squeeze. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, cross and squeeze. Once more, breathe in. Exhale, cross, squeeze, and pause here. Squeezing as tight as you can. Push your lower back into the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Knees to chest. Relax your belly. Separate your legs. Feel your hips soften. Good work. Now, as you close your legs, take the back of your thighs with your hands and rock and roll like we did at the start of practice. Now here we're going to play a little bit. So you're going to send the arms forward and start to lean forward with this rock and roll. Maybe you can start to put some weight onto your feet, a little low squat. Keep rocking back and forth to build some momentum. And maybe the next one you can tip up into chair. Don't be afraid to let your knees separate to come up, or get there however you need to. Inhale, reach all the way up, and as you exhale, bring hands to heart. With an inhale, sweep your arms all the way back up and dive down. Take a halfway lift, breathing in. Exhale, step back with right foot and then left foot for plank. Inhale at the top. And exhale, lower slowly to chaturanga. Inhale, take your back bend, up dog or cobra. Exhale for downward facing dog. Little flow. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring knee to the nose like you're in plank. Now inhale, take knee to the right arm, and exhale, go to the left arm. Shoot that foot out to the side like we did before. Drop your back heel, left arm reaches up. Maybe this time left arm across the ear, lift your hips, your ribs. Drop the right knee if you prefer. As you look down, plant your hands, right knee to chest. Inhale, foot back up to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot through. Come up to crescent lunge with arms overhead. Drop your tailbone, square your hips. Take an inhale, bringing hands to heart center. Exhale, flying forward into airplane. Your toes are facing the earth. Now you can keep hands together at heart center, or more in the core, you can extend your arms forward for full warrior three. Palms turn in. How big can you get? Exhale, standing split. Lower your hands, left foot to the sky. You can have hands on the mat or a block. You could also play with taking one or both hands to your standing ankle if you want to flirt with your balance a little bit more. Exhale, forward fold, release your feet, bend your knees. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, take arms to the sky. And chair pose, setting up the other side. So bring hands together at your heart. Big breath in. Exhale, twist to the left side. Right elbow is going to hover above your leg. Inhale, turn to center, and exhale, twist to the other side. Hover left arm. Inhale, center. Exhale, hover right elbow. Inhale, center. Exhale, hover left elbow. Come back to the center of your chair. And now feel your weight begin to shift into your toes. Hips sitting low, the chest gets proud and tall. You can reach the arms forward. A moment of balance here. Lift through your lower belly. And then send your hands back to the floor to catch your hips. Sit down to your bum and we'll roll all the way back onto the floor. This time, stretch your left leg up towards the ceiling and take the right leg forward at a hover, so that L shape of the legs, pushing palms into the floor, maybe thumbs under the bum for support. Now as you inhale, keep the height of the legs, just take them wider apart. Exhale to cross the legs and squeeze those inner thighs. Inhale, open legs wide. Exhale, cross and squeeze. Inhale, open. Exhale, cross and squeeze. Inhale, open. Exhale, cross and squeeze. Once more, breathe in and breathe out. Little pause here, squeezing as tight as you can. Lower back into the mat. And release, knees to chest. Open the legs, soften your belly, your hips. Good. Once again, move your hands to the back of your thighs. And we'll take a second attempt at that rock and roll transition. So you start to rock and roll front to back. When you feel some momentum building, send the arms forward and start to lean some weight onto your feet. Leaning forward, move past that fear. Maybe you get enough momentum going here that you tip up into chair. Don't be afraid to separate your knees as you go. Or meet us in chair pose however you can get there. Good. Yoga doesn't have to be so serious. And as you inhale, stretch all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up tall and dive to the bottom. Take a halfway lift, breathing in. Exhale, left foot back, right foot back for plank. Stay right here, inhale. Chaturanga, you can lower halfway or drop the knees for support. Your back bend may be up dog or this pose, cobra. Inhale, maybe through table to your downward facing dog. Relax your neck. Good. Inhale, take your left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, little pause. Knee to left arm, breathe in. And knee to right arm, breathe out. Now shoot your foot to the side, drop your back heel. Right arm to sky or right arm over your head. Lift the sides of your rib bones. Push the ground away. Looking down, land both hands. Left knee to chest and then inhale, foot back up to the sky. Exhale to step your foot forward. Crescent lunge will bring you up so you're lifted on the back toes, arms overhead. As you inhale, gather hands at heart center. Exhale to fly, airplane, lift the back foot, eyes on the floor. Keep in mind, hands can stay at your heart or warrior 3, reach your arms forward. This is more challenging for our core. Getting as big as you can get. Exhale, standing split. Lower your hands to mat, block, or maybe taking one or both hands to your left ankle. Spread your lifted toes. Don't worry about how high the leg is. Breathe. And as you exhale, ragdoll, feet land, drop your head, knees are soft. We'll return to our malasana, our yoga squat. So take your feet towards the edges of your mat. Open toes slightly and drop your hips. Again, you can sit on that block if you prefer. As much as you can, relax the grip of your thighs. Let your body sit into the bony shape of your skeleton. Heart proud, open your chest. Calm your breath. Slowly move to ragdoll, adjust your feet. And from here, take your hands around to your lower back. You can either catch elbows or lace your fingers, moving some space into the shoulders. Don't lock out your knees, keep a little bit of weight into the toes. And if fingers are laced, go ahead and switch the grip so we open both shoulders evenly. Good. Bend at the elbows to slowly release your arms back down. Inhale, take a halfway lift, and on exhale, step right foot back, left foot back for plank. Now from here, we're going to continue to hold plank, but we're going to step our feet close together and then apart, and alternate which foot leads the way. So of course you can do this on your knees as well. You can do this on elbows if hands and wrists are tender. But try to keep your breath moving at a calm pace as you step narrow and step wide. Step narrow and step wide. Just back and forth, back and forth. Good. And then from here, feet are hip distance. Let's lift the right foot for a moment. Notice any instability. Breathe. Good. And switch feet. Pick up the left foot for a moment. And then from both of your feet, inhale. Exhale, come all the way down to your belly. Just as we did earlier, find Sphinx posture, propping yourself up on your elbows. And we'll take this little cat-cow flow one more time. Just take a moment, let your belly relax in Sphinx posture. Again, that little squeeze to the seat if lower back is in pain or tender. Good. And now as you take an inhale, feel your chest open wide, just like cow posture. And now as you exhale, round into your back, chin to chest. So you can do the first cycle, knees on the floor. You can tuck the toes to lift the knees, or maybe this time putting the tops of your feet on the mat and lifting the hips for a toe plank. Now the hips come back down. Inhale, cow. Pull your heart forward, open your chest. Exhale, take a variation of cat on knees, on toes, or on tops of the feet. Push the back of the heart up. Inhale, cow, heart forward. Exhale, cat, round your back. Pull your low ribs into your belly. Stay right here and take another big breath in. Exhale, Sphinx, lower your hips, soften your abdomen. You can stay on the elbows in Sphinx or maybe come to seal pose, taking the hands a little wider and lifting to the palms. Hands could come further forward for less intense seal or closer to the body for a deeper seal. Just listen to your body here, don't over push. Good, stretching the abdominal wall. And gently lower yourself all the way down. Take hands under the shoulders. And as you inhale, press back to tabletop. So from here, walk your knees up to the top of your mat. And we're going to set up for a sleeping hero stretch. So the knees will open wide, and I'm going to sit back on my feet. Now, some of you may find the tops of the ankles are tender, so you can roll your towel and slip that under your ankles to support your foot. Some of you may also find that this shape is a bit too much for the knees, so you could tuck your block under your bum on any level, and that should create a little more space in the knee joints. Once you've found a shape that works for you, you're going to shift your hands to support you on the ground behind your body. And then lift your hips up to tuck your tailbone under and lower your hips back down. Now here we're looking for a stretch through the front of the hips and the thighs. So this might be as far as you need to go. You might choose to let your head fall back if that feels comfortable on your neck. However, if the stretch is pretty subtle in your body, you can continue to move deeper by lowering onto your elbows, or maybe even taking elbows, forearms onto a block or a prop. And if that's still not quite enough, you might choose to come back onto your shoulders. But if you're moving deeper into this posture, make sure that your knees are still on the ground, pushing the shins into the floor. If the knees lift, you've gone too far. Now feel here your front low ribs gently hug into your belly. And if you're lying all the way back, you might choose to rest your arms over your head, making sure those front low ribs stay tucked in. Feel free to close your eyes here as we move towards the more yin components of our practice. We've stoked a lot of fire in our belly, so now we have some space to open. Feel your breath in your core. And really start to slow the rhythm of the breath down. Notice the sensations that you feel. Maybe beads of sweat dancing along your skin. Maybe the beat of your heart in your chest. We have been moving a lot in this practice, so just take in a moment of stillness here. Let's make our way out of this posture the same way we came in. If you're on shoulders, push to elbows. If you're on elbows, push up to your hands. Minimize the twisting as you come up. Now, we've been there for quite some time, so take your hands to the floor and really, really slowly move back to down dog. You may feel a flush of fluids moving through your legs. Feel free to take a little pedal through the legs if that feels good for you. Go slow so you can really feel your body. Listen. Good. Now with an inhale, take the right leg high and pause. Flex your foot and turn your toes sideways. And now feel that lifted leg get as long as it can. Hands pushing the top of the mat away. Bend the top knee and let your hip turn open even more. Yeah, releasing some of that work from our core, those deep core muscles. As you inhale, you can re-extend your leg, and we're going to come through for pigeon, sliding the right knee up to the back of the right wrist. If possible, encourage your back leg to be longer, and some of us will slip a support piece under the right hip. That could be your block or a rolled up towel, so that your body can start to relax into pigeon. Now, if this is a comfortable place for you, you can keep the lift of the chest, or some of you may choose to fold forward in this position. If you're coming forward, land your forehead on something, maybe your arms, maybe your block or pillow, or right to the mat, helping to take the tension out of our shoulders. Now, if pigeon doesn't work for you, you're going to take deer instead, tipping onto the right hip more and bringing a bend to both legs. In deer, you can fold forward over the center of the front shin, or you may find that taking an angle for your fold is better, maybe walking the chest to the right side over your thigh, or maybe walking your chest to the left side more over top of your foot. Really, what we're looking to feel is an opening through the right outer hip. So choose the position that works best for you. For my body, it's pigeon. I like to come to the center, and my hips are open enough that I don't need a support, but don't be afraid to use one. Remember, we're looking to feel better when we leave our mat, not injured or exhausted. Pigeon and deer are great releases for our hips, an area that holds a lot of tension. Super common for that tension to crawl into our shoulders and our jaw. So just pay attention here. Try to relax your upper body. And instead of your mind wandering off in thought, follow your breath, just one round at a time, staying really present. Good. One more really generous breath here. And take an inhale to slowly rise up. And make your way back into a downward facing dog. Take a moment here for whatever you need, a little pedal, a flow through plank if that feels good. Moving to chaturanga as you exhale, inhale for back bend, or of course child's pose if you prefer. Just a moment for yourself before the other side. We'll reconnect in our downward facing dog. As you inhale, you'll pick up the left leg, keep it straight and strong, but turn the toes open, and now make that lifted leg as long as you can. Push the heel away. And then with the same lifted leg, bend the knee and allow the hips to turn a little bit more. Left side of your waist really long. Good. Inhale to stretch your leg back out. And exhale, coming through for pigeon on the other side. So left knee to the back of the left wrist. Long with your back leg if that feels comfortable. And then maybe you tuck a support piece under the left hip. Your block, your cushion, your towel. Remember, if pigeon doesn't work, you take deer. So you tip over to the left hip more and bend both legs. Maybe you fold centered over the front shin, or maybe you try to the left, maybe you try to the right. Whatever shape feels the most effective for your body. And if you are folding forward in any of these positions, try to encourage the upper body to relax by resting your forehead onto something. And if the back leg is extended behind you, feel that the back ankle is also straight. Almost like you're spinning the kneecap and the top of the back foot onto the earth. Now here, it's not about how hard can I push or how hard can I pull. Instead, focus on how much can I let go? How much can I surrender in this shape? Emphasizing the exhalations for that quality of giving in. We've worked through some really strong elements in this practice today. So this is the balance, the yin to the yang. And any time the mind drifts away, the breath brings you right back. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. Nice and simple, nice and clear. Don't complicate. Give yourself 2 more relaxed breaths in this position. And then we'll use the next breath in to lift the chest, so coming up to your hands. And just as we did with the first side, slowly make your way into downward facing dog. You can give the legs a little pedal to release the hip, that long hold. And then maybe we take a final flow. Inhale forward to your plank. Elbows to ribs, exhale, your back bend, big breath in. And down dog, empty out your breath. Lower your knees down onto your mat. And we're going to bring our block with us as we come down onto our backs. Yeah, bring that block. Just make sure your head is comfortable on the floor. So with bent knees, let's slide that block under our tailbone on its flattest, widest edge. So your hips are resting on your block. Pull the knees into your chest and notice if you need to adjust your block at all so your hips feel really supported. And we're coming into waterfall, extending the feet up towards the sky. And don't worry if the legs are straight or not. Just be cautious with your hamstrings. With the legs slightly apart, circle your ankles a few times in both directions. This is to help our circulation, so moving fluids from the lower part of the body back up towards the heart center. And eventually you can let that movement come to an end, the feet drift close together once again. You'll know you're in that sort of sweet spot if the legs almost feel like they're floating. Very little effort required to keep them up there. And of course, if that's not the case, then you can keep this same shape with your knees bent into your chest. The legs will still be a bit above the heart, so you're still gaining the benefits in your circulatory system. Waterfall is very soothing for our nervous system. So this is a great posture to practice after a really strong practice. Or if you're just needing to release stress, you can take this with your legs and your bum up against a wall, more of a yin style. Now in slow motion, begin to bend your knees back in towards your heart if you haven't already done so. And 1 foot at a time, lower them down onto the mat. So lowering 1 foot and then lowering the other foot. Keep the bend of your knees. And again, you might feel the fluids return to your feet, so just pause and observe. We're going to move into butterfly, joining the bottoms of the feet together. Let the knees drift open. Now, if this feels too intense with the block under your tailbone, you can always remove the block and take this same shape on the floor. Butterfly helps to open the inner hips, really, really beneficial after all of the strong core work that we've done together today. You can keep your arms down by your sides, or if you prefer, you could rest your arms up overhead. And at this point, begin to surrender the control of your breath. Well, almost like our meditation at the beginning of practice, let the breath flow naturally. And that doesn't mean that you check out. You're still listening, still following the flow, present to this experience of stillness. And of course, for some of us, stillness is uncomfortable. But just as we challenge our core today, it's important that we challenge ourselves to be still, to learn how to listen to our bodies. And let's use our hands to slowly close our legs. Lift the hips just enough to remove that block out of the way. We're done with it for this practice, so set it aside. And now gather your knees into your chest and give yourself a really big hug. Pull your forehead into your thighs, squeeze everything tight, your arms, your legs, your belly, your face. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then let it all go for final Savasana. So traditionally we have the legs long, arms down by our sides with palms open. But of course, if this shape isn't comfortable for your body, please choose a shape that is. Getting any last bits of fidgeting out of the way so that you can really treat yourself to the gift of stillness. Time for your body to rest and absorb what you've done. Time for you to recharge. You may choose to turn the video off now if you have quite a long time to hold, or continue to listen to Savasana here. Letting the soft ocean waves create an ambient background. Maybe you can imagine that you're lying here with me in the jungle. The gentle chirp of the birds and the monkeys. The warm air dancing on your skin. Knowing that just for these few minutes, you are exactly where you are supposed to be, doing exactly what you are supposed to do. Few quiet moments of perfection. So continue to be still. Start to bring your awareness back to your breath. Just very gently energizing. You can start to invite some little movements to your hands, your feet, maybe your face and your neck, waking your body back up. And eventually pull both of your knees into your chest. Roll yourself over to one side. And slowly make your way up to a comfortable seat, and we'll come together to close our practice. You can, of course, sit on the edge of your block if you'd rather. Find a tall spine, and bring your hands together at your heart. Maybe closing your eyes once again. Feel the beat of your heart under your thumbs. And then go ahead and shift your thumbs to your third eye, that space right between your brow, taking a moment to give gratitude to yourself for this body that carried you through practice and for your dedication. Now, bowing forward, send that gratitude out into the universe for the ancient teachings of yoga and the privilege to practice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then you can roll up slowly when you feel ready. So thank you so much for joining me for practice today. Such an honor to share in your home space or office space, wherever you are. Now, if you have the means, I would greatly appreciate a small donation for these classes. I'll link my PayPal account in the video description below. And of course, if you can't make a donation right now, that's fine. Please enjoy these practices for free. I encourage you to click the bell to turn on notifications for my channel and subscribe so that you stay up to date with more videos as they come to you. Thank you again for joining me today, and have a wonderful rest of your day or night. Goodbye.